Showtime. Good to go. I'd like to call to order the Kankakee County Board meeting, January 13th, 2026 at 9 a.m. We'll start off with an invocation by Carol Weber.
Dear Lord, help us to remember your goodness and your mercy, your care and your love, your comfort and your guidance as we face each day, accepting our circumstances and seeking your will as we serve the residents of Kankakee County. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Then we'll do a roll call.
Mr. Hess.
Present.
Dr. Polk.
Present.
Mr. Seroy. Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Dunnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter. Mr. Smith. Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade. Mr. Ashcraft. Ms. Rittman-Ekemi. Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy. Ms. Turner from Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Dr. Nims. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Tayden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Present.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum. I don't have anything under public comment or anything under vacancy appointments and resignations. I'm going to do a motion in a second to amend the agenda and put the presentation after openings. If I could have a second. First by Lowy, second by Miller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. I don't have any certificates of appreciation, so we'll move on to the proclamation. Dan, if you want to read that in the record.
Proclamation of the County Board of Kankakee County, Illinois, honoring the memory of Lou-Anna Hunter. Whereas Lou-Anna Hunter passed from this life on December 29th, 2025 at the age of 98 years, after a life devoted to her family, this community, and the Lord's good works. And whereas Lou-Anna Hunter was born in Whiteville, Tennessee, the third of 16 children of Charles and Ada Norman Cox, attended Kankakee schools and dedicated her life to her family and her community. Whereas Lou-Anna Hunter and her husband, the late John B. Hunter, shared 3 children, Stephen J. Hunter, Andre Hunter Sr., and Jacqueline Smith. And whereas Lou-Anna Hunter was a longtime faithful member of Caldwell Chapel AME Zion Church, and whereas Lou-Anna Hunter was always willing to help all in her community, sharing her favorite dishes of candied sweet potatoes and sweet potato pie, and serving as a surrogate mother and grandmother to many. Whereas Lou-Anna Hunter's life was one of service to her family, church, and community, truly taking on the Lord's work as her own. And whereas during this time of sorrow, it is fitting and proper for the Kankakee County Board to express its gratitude for the life of Lou-Anna Hunter and to offer comfort and support to the family she leaves behind. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Kankakee County Board expresses its condolences to Lou-Anna Hunter's family and its gratitude for her life of good works and selfless devotion to her family, her community, and the people of the county of Kankakee.
And can I have a motion to approve that? First by Hunter, second by Polk. Any discussion on that?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. Let me first just thank the authors. I had State's Attorney Rowe and John Coughlin, for authoring this proclamation. I think my mom would really appreciate that, and I want to give thanks to all the county officials, you chairman, and all of those who attended the visitation and the funeral services for my mom of 98 years. It was really impressive. And also the county, city, and village first responders who marched in at her visitation. It kind of tugged at my heartstrings when seeing all those officials, not only just the first responders, but all of you guys who were associated with the county. Members of my family came in from Atlanta, California, Arizona, everywhere, Wisconsin, Michigan, everywhere, all over the country, who were there, and they said, "My God, your mama was known." I said, "Yeah, well, mama was everywhere," and the Hunter family is known for a long time as well too. you know, she almost lived to be 100 years old and was involved in a lot of different stuff. My family members were, but you know, all I want to say is thank you, thank you, thank you for the texts, the emails, the phone calls, the cards, the memorial donations to her church, Caldwell Chapel, Amy Zion Church, which has been in existence for almost 125 years. And you guys have supported that initiative, not only, you know, my mother's passing, but other things that we do at a church. And I think when you look at it, I was telling some of the folks that the county board is kind of like one family, you know, not Democrats, Republicans, independents, and we're just a family. And I think my family members are really impressed with you guys showing up and the cards and letters and stuff. I mean, I'm not a real emotional guy, but it kind of really tugged, again, I'm being redundant when I say this, tugged at my heartstrings when I saw you guys come in. And I just want to say, as I make this motion, thank you, thank you, thank you.
No problem. We're very sorry for your loss, Steve. If no one else says anything, we'll do a voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Next up, we have the minutes of last meeting, December 9th, 2025. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of last meeting? First by Dunnell, second by Denise Turner, and then that's a voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. And then we have the Claims Committee report for November 2025. Dan?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, the Claims Committee report for the month of November 2025 shows total claims of $7,479,899.79.
And can I have a motion to approve those claims?
Polk.
First by
Yeah.
Polk, second by Dunnell. Any discussion on those? All right, we'll do a roll call vote.
Mr. Hess. Aye. Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Carrico. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Dunnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Ms. Foster.
Aye.
Ms. Andrade.
Aye.
Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy. Ms. Turner from Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Tayden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye. Motion carries. Next up, we have the department reports. I'll have you read those in the record, Dan.
The Treasurer's Monthly Report for month ending November 30th, 2025. At the current tax account for Midland States Bank, the ending balance is $4,756,792.46. The tax operating account at First American Bank, the ending balance is $106,323.72. The tax e-pay account at First American Bank, the ending balance is $47,379.23. The special fund sweep account at First American Bank, the ending balance is $23,835,709.46. The collector's monthly report for November 2025, total cash in bank and investments, $28,746,204.87. Recorder's monthly report for November 2025, disbursement fees paid to the county treasurer of $141,640.52. County clerk's monthly report for November 2025, total of $26,999.44. County clerk's 6-month report for June through November of 2025, total of $437,696.82. Coroner's monthly report for November 2025, total calls 103, coroner's cases 16, autopsy 6, toxicology 6, donations 3, 2 fetal, 50 hospice, 35 referrals, 68 cremations, 3 x-rays, and 4 pending. Coroner's income summary report for November 2025, total of $10,256.26. Circuit Clerk monthly report for November 2025 totals is $190,976.08. Animal Control monthly report for November 2025 total of $26,935. Total animals handled 73. Monthly resolution list for December 2025, total of the county of $382.
Good to go. And then can I have a motion to combine and approve those? First by Donald, second by Carrico. That's a voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right, motion carries. Next up, we have committee presentations and resolutions. Does anything need to be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately? I'll ask again, does anything need to be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately? All right, Dan, I'll have you read each title into the record.
The reappointment of Jason Munyon to the Momence Pembroke Drainage District Number 1. The appointment of Brian Jansen to the Raymond Drainage District Number 1. The appointment of Eric Cavender to the Will Kankakee Regional Development Authority. Resolution authorizing the County Board Chairman to sign local agency agreement for federal and state participation for a bridge replacement on County Highway 13 over Pike Creek. Resolution authorizing the County Board Chairman to sign local agency agreement for federal and state participation on County Highway 14 over Trim Creek. Amending Resolution 2025-12-09-213, amendment to Chapter 18, Section 18-1, Chapter 2 of the Kankakee County Code for fees.
Thank you. And I want to make it known that the two bridges that we're approving today were both 100% funded. So the first one was $1 million from the feds, $250,000 from the state, which totaled $1,250,000. The second one was 100% funded as well. The feds were $880,000 and the state was $320,000 for a total of 1.2. So both of them were fully funded, which is fantastic. With that being said, can I have a motion to combine and approve the consent agenda? First by Featherling, second by Crutcher. Any discussion on that? All right, roll call vote.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker.
Aye.
Mr. Carrico.
Aye.
Mr. Featherling.
Aye.
Mr. Dunhill. Mr. Miller.
Aye.
Mr. Long.
Aye.
Mr. Kirkstra.
Aye.
Mr. Hodder.
Aye.
Ms. Foster.
Aye.
Ms. Andrade.
Aye.
Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy.
Aye.
Ms. Turner from Momence.
Aye.
Mr. Crutcher.
Aye.
Mr. Kerner.
Aye.
Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Taden.
Aye.
Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye. All right, motion carries. Then next up we have the Finance Committee. Dan, if you could read that one in the record, and then I'm going to have Eric come up just for a second in the back. Or the front, either one.
Resolution of the County Board of Kankakee County, Illinois, amending Resolution 2025-09-09-168. Resolution authorizing the County Board Chairman to sign an agreement with Cole Jarvis for architectural services for the remodel of the Kankakee County Courthouse.
All right, good morning. This deals with the pre-construction of the courthouse project that's ongoing. In September, the board authorized $250,000 to be allocated towards the architectural portion of this project. That was for the schematic design phase. We actually spent $120,960.23, leaving excess of $129,039.77. As we move into the design and documentation portion of the project, the estimated cost is $151,000. I will tell you we are not going to spend that much money based on some modifications that are being made. Therefore, we're requesting to amend the original resolution to not exceed $300,000 to get us through this portion of the project. And then as we move on to the next phase, we will come back and seek additional funding as well.
Yep.
Any questions?
And the reason we're going to keep coming back is because we're going to do part of it and then, you know, come back and ask for more. We just don't want a blank check, so we want to keep, you know, coming back and asking. So, with that being said, can I have a motion to approve? First by Tinker, second by Miller. Any questions? Mr. Hunter?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Eric, this is before, excuse me, you took the position in the administration. They deferred the lighting project, which we had talked about at length. The city shown interest. I talked to the alderman in that ward, O'Brien and Barron, and they were willing. I talked to the mayor as well too. Some consideration should be given maybe to seasonal lighting for the courthouse. I'm not talking about anything like the Merchandise Mart in Chicago, but a facsimile thereof. And it just, if you could really move that forward a little bit, I'd appreciate that in some consideration.
So we are working with $6 million, and our priorities are a generator for the entire
Yeah.
building. We need a 10th courtroom, and we need a new roof, as well as paint, carpet, tile, and some other modifications. But if there's some extra money, that is potentially something that could be
That's
looked
what I
at,
heard
as
you
well as
say,
HVAC,
that
I
money
should say.
wasn't spent, but also we got a commitment from the city of Kankakee and those respective aldermen who are willing to bring resources to the table.
Mhm.
And I understand that the $6 million we got from Senator Joyce from the state. However, if we have some willing partners, I'd like to see some due consideration given. I understand the priorities as well
Right.
too, and I concur with your comments.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Mr. House.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just so everybody knows, this does come out of the $6 million grant.
Correct.
It's
Thank you for
coming out of the
clarifying.
fund. or
Yes,
the general
nothing's
fund.
going out of the general fund. This is all a $6 million grant, so. Thank you for that, Roger. So we have a motion and a second, roll call.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Donnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade.
Yeah.
Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy. Ms. Turner from Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Taden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye.
That works.
Motion carries. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. Dan, I'll have you read that in the record.
Resolution of the County Board of Kankakee County, Illinois, authorizing the County Board Chairman to sign an intergovernmental agreement for animal and rabies control services with the City of Kankakee.
And I think I know who wants to make that motion. I believe it's Mr. Hunter. Mr. Hunter, first by Mr. Hunter, second by Tinker. So the city of Kankakee signed on with us for animal control. I believe the amount I have right in front of me is $35,000 per year. That's a good thing. We do it for other municipalities. Happy to have city of Kankakee on board. So this is good for us and them, honestly.
Hallelujah.
So first and a second, any other discussion on that?
I've been bringing that up for a long time.
All right, we'll do a roll call vote.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber.
Aye.
Mrs. Parker. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Donnell.
Tyler's
Mr.
gonna go
Miller.
in there.
Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra.
Next
Mr.
one.
Hunter.
Aye.
Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade. Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion.
He submitted this
Mr. Lowy.
so they're gonna
Ms.
come
Turner
in
from
next month.
Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Taden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye. All right, motion carries. All right, we have openings next. Dan, I'll have you read those in the record.
One opening on the Kankakee Housing Authority, 2 openings on the Farmland Assessment Review Committee, 1 opening on the Regional Planning Commission, 1 opening on the BM Lewis Drainage District, 1 opening on the Clausen Park Drainage District, 1 opening on the Mantino Drainage District number 3, 1 opening on the Moments Yellowhead Drainage District number 1.
That's it for openings, so we're done with that. Next up, I will invite Angela Mori up for the Alliance presentation. We do this every year in January, so I'm happy to have her come up and give a nice presentation for you guys. So thank you, welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your new role as well. So
Thanks for having
No
us.
problem.
We always appreciate coming to speak at to the county board. As Matt mentioned, my name's Angela Mori. I have been with the Alliance for over 5 years now. Fortunate enough to work under Tim Nugent for a lot of that time, and then stepped into his role over the past few months. So I also want to introduce Hannah Swale as our new Director of Marketing and Business Attraction. She's here in the room today. And then, of course, Ben Wilson works with us on different projects and Enterprise Zone. So thank you for having us. Maybe?
is it working?
No?
Technical difficulties. If not, we'll just see if it works now. I guess we can tap it for
Okay.
you.
A little bit about the Economic Alliance. I know there's some new members here. We're the economic development organization for the county, so we represent all parts of Kankakee County, villages, municipalities, unincorporated county, and our main goal is to grow our community and make it stronger, make it bigger. We do a little bit of a lot of different things, business attraction, retention, expansions. We work on the workforce with LaDonna Russell and the Workforce Board. We do a lot of work with the communities and community development, and then, trying to increase our residential areas, and then work with KCC and Olivet, the Career Center and the schools for educational partnerships with them and our employers. Our board of directors, we're a public-private organization, so we do have 4 members from the county board, Matt, Chad Miller, Ryan Marion, and Rosemary Foster. And then we have a selection of other leaders from the community. It's a pretty broad makeup between our educational partners, manufacturers, finance institutions. Currently our chairman is Jeff Bennett with Macaulay Bennett Real Estate, and then our vice chairman is Theodis Pace, and Theodis will move into that role next year. So spotlight on our county, just because I like to show these stats as a refresher. We're the 18th largest county in Illinois. We span almost 680 square miles. Our population is right at 106,000, 107,000. We kind of waver in that area. Last I checked, that was on Sunday, was the population count. And then our median household income is right about $68,000. This is nice to show because we are, obviously not in the city of Chicago, but close enough. And we're a large attraction area for a lot of businesses looking around here. 2025 proved to be a good year. We had some pretty substantial announcements, either announcements or construction starting on different projects. One of the largest was Heritage Prairie Solar and Wind. I know you're all familiar with that on the western side of the county. $1.75 billion. This project, they've already started construction on the Essex substation that started a few months ago, so there's work being done out there if you're in that area. This solar and wind farm eventually will provide power to 265,000 homes a year, so that is pretty significant. Projects like these bring in a lot of tax revenue to the taxing districts in that area, so we'll be seeing that. Some other large investments that have started construction or were announced this year: Bradley Bourbonnais Community High School, $70 million renovation, and then a new school out in Herscher Intermediate. That's pretty significant as well. We have a few new hotels going in, and some other money spent around the area. So these capital investments really mean that this is money that's being invested into our area, which makes for a stronger community as a whole. I like this number because it's over the course of the last 5 years. We've had $4.3 billion of investment, which is new money coming into our area. That is very significant for a county of our size. One of the things we do to attract new businesses to our area is we work closely with the state of Illinois and different site selection companies who work with companies looking to locate here. So when I say we've submitted for 24 different projects, what happens is we get a request for information. We don't know the company. We don't know much about them. It might say they're a steel manufacturer based in the US, and we're lucky if we get that information. But what they do say is all the requirements that they're looking for, whether it's a greenfield site, square footage, ceiling heights, different utilities that they need to locate to our area and what they're looking for. This year, we've submitted 37 properties for 24 different projects. We get RFIs in a couple times a week, They're very extensive in what they're looking for, and sometimes we don't have locations to submit for that project, and that's just kind of what it is. But we do submit for as many as we can because it's kind of like playing the lottery. If you don't submit, then they won't know that we're here and we have something available. Years ago when I started with the Alliance, 5 years ago, one of the biggest things that they would always talk about, the businesses looking to come here, was incentives from the state and the community. A couple years ago, it changed to workforce. That was the number one thing they were looking for to determine where they were going to locate. Was workforce. Do you have a workforce that's ready, a workforce that's educated? Do you have the people that can work at our facility? In the last year to 2 years, a big focus has been the utilities. They really want a lot of power. Any of these companies looking to locate to our area have high power demands. They have high water and wastewater demands and high natural gas demands. So we are fortunate to have very good relationships with our utilities. We can call them, tell them a site we're looking to submit, and they'll tell us if that site is capable of the requirements that the business is looking for, what's a time frame, and that sort of thing. We have a lot of calls between these businesses and our utility partners to see if it's going to be a good fit for them. This is just a look at the sites we've submitted over the course of the last several years. In 2020, it was COVID, and that was a benefit to a lot of our larger businesses because our manufacturers really excelled. A lot of them were doing a lot of business then. What we saw in 2020 was that many businesses were able and needing to expand. That's why in 2021 we had a lot of RFIs that we produced and answered to, because a lot of the businesses that we have were looking for expansion and different businesses looking to grow. That kind of tapered off in 2022, and now we're seeing more businesses ramp up now in 2025. I expect 2026 will be very similar to 2025 in RFIs that we submit. A reason for continuing to track new business is because you never know when somebody is going to leave. We took a hit this year, specifically the Momence area. 3 of these businesses are out there that has been difficult for them. Almost a year ago, Gilster Mary Lee had a fire at their site. Their headquarters are down in Chester, Illinois. This was an older site here. They decided not to rebuild. Johnsonville was unfortunately quite a surprise. Tim and I had toured that site, met with their management team about a month before they closed. Everything was going great. They had invested some new money into roof repairs, building repairs there. So when we got news in June, we were a little surprised. I don't know if the management team knew what was happening when we were there a month before or not. They didn't share it with us. But that was a significant loss to the Momence area. Johnsonville has been there for a couple decades. The same thing with Baker and Taylor. They've been in the Momence area for quite a while. We had heard that they had been downsizing shifts, moving some of their workforce to more of a part-time basis or 4 days a week. So we did anticipate that coming. We've worked with the workforce board. We had a job fair in the Momence area. It was actually before Baker and Taylor announced they were closing, but a lot of Baker and Taylor employees were there looking for positions. The job fair was from 10 to 1. We had 250 people walk through that job fair in Momence. It was pretty amazing. We had a line out the door before the doors even opened. A lot of employers, I know at least one person walked out of there that day with a job. So we continue to work with the workforce board on having job fairs where we can get these people back to work. Transformco's a logistics operation out of Manteno. We did anticipate that maybe they would be closing as well, so that's another 60 positions there. As far as community development, happy to say that our $4 million grant that we secured through the help of Congresswoman Robin Kelly for roof repairs at the Bradley Roper building is almost complete. So this building is located right on North Street. It used to host the David Bradley manufacturing facility. In 1982, the company left, and the communities of Bradley, Bourbonnais, City of Kankakee, and the county were gifted the building to serve as like a business incubator. So we have 6 businesses in this site now, including Greif. They make 55-gallon drums. Arctic Snow does the snow plows. BiPAC does food grade paper. Windy Hill Grill is on site. Gold Star Gym, and then some of the unions utilize some of the office space. So that grant is wrapping up now with the roof repairs there. Obviously, the Village of Bradley's water park has been a large announcement this year, and their partnership with Mattel is very exciting. We anticipate that they will be breaking ground in the spring or summer. Very exciting attraction to our area. So, and then the City of Kankakee has several projects going. The Riverwalk project is finally underway. The Regional Land Bank Authority is cleaning up the Jaffe building here across the street and working on that. And then I know the county courthouse is the county, but located in the City of Kankakee. So working on those projects among others as well. We are fortunate to have strong healthcare here in our community. It's one of our largest industries next to manufacturing. And we continue to see investment in both Riverside and St. Mary's. Riverside is expanding and modernizing their behavioral health, which is a large and newer need to the area. And then they acquired the Cigna building, which is out on Route 45 in Bourbonnais. When I spoke with Phil about that, he was not sure exactly what they're going to do with that building, but they are working on plans there. St. Mary's Hospital just announced a new CEO in the last, I think, 24 hours. They were acquired by Prime Healthcare, and Prime has met with us and told us that they are investing and committed to the Kankakee County area. They are putting several millions of dollars into capital improvements, upgrading some of their technologies. So they have made it very clear to us that they are here to stay despite any rumors that may be going around about St. Mary's. And then looking at our eastern communities, Pembroke Township, the Nicor gas pipeline is continuing out there. I know that project has been going on for quite a while. Our call on Friday, they said they had 136 residents connected and continuing to get businesses and residents connected there, and they'll continue their work out there. And then one of the positive things about Moments is that they're going to be having a new fine dining restaurant, event space, hotel in their downtown area. So maybe a reason to go visit out that way. And then nobody likes road construction work, but it's really nice when it's all done. IDOT and the state continue to invest in our area, $153 million working on Route 45 and 52, different intersection and road improvements, and then bridge replacement, and then more than another $100 million out on Route 17 to Eastgate. So this is good news for our area. Again, nobody likes construction, but it is nice when it's all complete. A large part of our work is done in the workforce and education segment. Right now we have almost 50,000 people in our labor force, people actually working. The number below that, 58.9, is our participation rate. Those are people working or actively looking for a job, and that's age 15 and older. So that is encouraging. The national average is about 62%. So we're a little bit lower than that. And that plays into the fact that our unemployment is typically slightly higher than the national and state average. It has been like that for a very, very long time. I will say this summer we had 1 month, and of course I didn't have anybody to present to in that 1 month, that we were above or below the state of Illinois in our unemployment rate. So that was very exciting. But we usually typically hover around the 5 or 6%. I like this slide because it shows where people are working in our area and what they are doing. The red is Kankakee County, and the gray is the national average. These are for occupations. As you can see, healthcare, manufacturing, production, transportation, we have more employees in those industries than the national average. People are working, and a lot of these jobs, you know, are in sync with our employers here. Our office and administrative staff is a little below the national average, but not overly surprising. On the education side, we continue to work with the Kankakee County CEO program. These students are learning business in the community. So they travel to different businesses, all types of businesses in the community. Then they also start a class business as a whole, and then that proceeds from that, they will fund their individual businesses. We're fortunate that this group is now meeting in our conference room right now, so we get to talk with them every day and to see kind of their growth from walking in as intimidated high school juniors and seniors to walking in, shaking your hand, dressing professionally every day. You know, our goal with the Kankakee County CEO program is to get young people aware of what opportunities are here, to help them get into the business mindset. We eventually want them to live and work here. And so this is kind of a program to keep them up with us, keep them in our community. Like I said, they do different business tours. They've done different presentations. They're a really dynamic group of students. And I'm not sure if they've been into this board meeting yet, but maybe they can before the end of the year. One of the great things about Kankakee County is our economical cost of living. Some people say it's cheap to live there. I think our dollar goes further here, so I'd much rather live here. 88.4%. What does that really mean? If it costs you $100 to buy something in Average Town, USA, it will cost you $88 here. To put that into perspective, I have a friend that lives in Long Island. It would cost him $237 to live out there. Hawaii is not as high. It was like 180%. But as you can see, we're below the national average in almost everything but grocery costs, and we're pretty close to average there. Our housing is very inexpensive here. I know we all feel like we pay too much, but go up north a little bit and you'll pay a lot more. So your money does go further here. That's something for us to brag about. Our organization continues to be involved in multiple board and community events. We like to be able to talk to people to hear what's going on, see what's going on, what are some of the struggles or the challenges that we can help with. And so we do that by going to these different events and different meetings, having these conversations and connections. If you need some kind of data, if you need a connection, please call us. That's what we're here to do. And if we don't have that information, we can help you. We've helped businesses put in a bus stop in front of their location, fix signs to where they're at, get training programs for employees that they need done. So we can be a resource, and we're happy to, that's our goal, is to be a resource for all of you. I brought some Thrive magazines. We have those in the back of the room, and if you need more, we have like 1,000 copies left in our office. And then right now we are finishing up editing on our 2026 market profile. This is a great marketing piece for our community. Take them with you when you go out of town, leave them at places so people can understand how great of a county we are. And we have a lot to offer here. Our meetings are open to the public. Our next one is February 12th. That will be out at the Future Pharmaceuticals Van Drunen site in Momence. So we're looking forward to speaking with the Van Drunen family. Those are other board meetings. Locations are to be announced. We like to move them around because then we can showcase different parts of our community. Here's our contact information. Feel free to reach out to us, call us, email us. We're happy to assist in any way we can. Thank you.
Thank you. I guess I don't want to put you on the spot, but can I open it up for any questions
Sure.
anyone may have for you? Any questions for Angela? Oh yeah, all right. Any questions for Angela? First by Hunter.
Yeah, Angela, let me say first and foremost, Tim always said that you were the heir apparent to succeed him, and and he had really good decision making and vision like you. I'm pleased with your leadership skills and your vision and your management style in terms of interfacing with community leaders about what's going on, grant opportunities, et cetera. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
I think communication is very important. There's some things that I'd like to see you guys do, and I'm sure you are. The county of Kankakee, through its planning departments, interfacing with Pembroke, Village of Hopkins Park, as well as the township in terms of land use with Dobert, and we've made a lot of progress in terms of what they're contending with out there. They need a lot of help. Also, the Village of Hopkins Park is taking a look at the old prison site for a solar farm, and we'd like to see that come to fruition as well too. That's a revenue stream for them, job opportunities, and further business development. I'd like to hear you respond to possibility of doing I don't know, I've talked to the chairman about doing a Goshen tour and see where they are in terms of how many lines they got going, their commitment to hire a certain amount of people by a certain amount of deadlines. Could you speak to the other ancillary possibilities in as much as Goshen's there? There's some other companies wanting to come in and interface by virtue of Goshen. And I'd just like to, again, be redundant by saying you communicate very well in terms of letting us know what's going on. And sometimes maybe you're not fully aware of the benefit of your interface with us, because I appreciate that. Because when you know better, you do better as elected officials, and we appreciate that. And I think we're in very capable hands with your management team. So if you could speak to the Goshen stuff, what could you guys do in terms of the solar farm in Pembroke and enhancing further technical assistance?
Sure.
We could definitely set up a tour. I mean, that's not a problem.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to have a good relationship with Goshen. They are very open to having community groups walk through there, because their main focus now is educating the public on what they're doing, and happy to do that. So we can definitely set up a tour.
Can you do that before February 4th? I got
surgery. I'll work on that. Okay. I'll work on that. It's pretty interesting. Right now they're up to 350 employees. They'll be doubling that in the next coming months, is what I'm told. Their ultimate goal is 2,600. When I was out there just before the holidays, so a couple weeks ago now, they have 5 lines up and running. Some of their products you can actually buy on Amazon, as far as kind of like small generators. There's one that looks like an iPad, and you flip it open a few times, and it's a solar pad, and that can charge, your cell phones, things like that. So yeah, happy to set up a tour. We have taken several groups through there, different education groups, different businesses looking to come to the area, and how, in the renewable energy sector, we get a lot of interest in partnering with Goshen in that. They have been very open and willing to having those other businesses potentially come through and see potentially how they could have a relationship. So we'll work on setting something up and make sure that you all have the information when we get that accomplished. I feel like they would be open to that.
Yeah, I think so too. Definitely.
In regards to the sites in Pembroke, we have been working with the Mayor Hodge, and then at times with the Pembroke Township group on both the former Nestle building and then the prison site. We do have the specs on both of those. Again, we're just waiting for some RFIs to be able to come through that those sites will meet their needs. But I talk with Mayor Hodge pretty frequently, so he knows that we're here to offer any kind of support that we can for them.
Ms. Foster?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Angela, for your presentation. As always, it was, spot on. And just to piggyback on Mr. Hunter, Pembroke Township, we are working very hard to get things up and running. You may know that we're going to be getting a new village hall, $3 million to do a village hall. The other thing, we did have a job fair that last week that Goshen came out, and it was well attended. And I had a chance to speak with our former chairman, Andy Willer, and he said some of the people who came through there were ready and they got put right into the training program because they did have the skills. So we're excited about that. The eastern part of the county has been hit hard, and I feel just as passionate about Moments, and we need to get people up and running again.
In regards to the Moment sites, not the Johnsonville site, but the Baker and Taylor and the Gilster Mary Lee, we are marketing those sites and submitting those for RFIs when the requirements fit, hoping to get new employers in there as well.
And I think there's also a building in Manteno too that you guys probably do as well.
Yes.
I think that's a
couple.
500,000 square foot one. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
There's a couple.
Yeah, there is a couple. Any other questions for Angela? All right, thank you very much for
Thank
coming
you.
and presenting to us. Do we have anything under old business? If not, executive session. Dan, I'll have you read that in the record, and then we'll.
For pending litigation, 5 ILCS 120/2C11.
And then can I have a motion to enter executive session, first by Lowy, second by Marion? We'll do a roll call for that.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Kirko. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Dunhill. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Kirkstra.
Aye.
Mr. Hunter.
Aye.
Ms. Foster.
Aye.
Ms. Andrade. Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy. Ms. Turner from Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Taden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye. Motion carries. All right, we'll stop this meeting. come back in. People are coming back in, so I'll wait a second. Good to go. All right, we're gonna start again. Yes. Good. All right, we are on. Dan, I'll have you read that in the record.
Resolution of the County Board of Kankakee County authorizing the entry of agreed judgment in Kankakee County case number 2023 TX 84.
And can I have a motion to approve that? First by Hunter, second by Crutcher. We already did our discussion, so roll call vote.
Mr. Hess.
Aye.
Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Donnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter. Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade. Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy. Ms. Turner from Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Taden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye. Motion carries. I'll have you read the next one on the record, Dan.
Resolution of the County Board of Kankakee County, Illinois, authorizing the entry of agreed judgment in Kankakee County case number 2024 TX 35.
And can I have a motion to approve that one? First by Hunter, second by Dunnell. We already discussed that one. Roll call vote.
Mr. Hess. Dr. Polk.
Aye.
Mrs. Weber. Mrs. Parker. Mr. Carrico. Mr. Featherling. Mr. Donnell. Mr. Miller. Mr. Long. Mr. Kirkstra. Mr. Hunter. Ms. Foster. Ms. Andrade. Ms. Turner from Kankakee. Mr. Marion. Mr. Lowy. Ms. Turner from Moments. Mr. Crutcher. Mr. Kerner. Mr. Llewellyn. Mr. Benoit. Mr. Taden. Mr. Alexander Hildebrand.
Aye. All right, motion carries. Anything else under new business? If not, I'll pass it off to Roger. Roger? Motion to adjourn. Second by Carrico. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, same sign. All right, the meeting has been